My name is Eleanor Mae Jackson. I'm 101 years old, and I'm fixing to tell you something that's going to make every dietitian from New York to Los Angeles want to pull their hair out. For the past 4 decades, I've eaten identical meals every single day. No variation, no exceptions. Now, before you scroll past this thinking I'm some kind of fool, let me share something with you. I've gone to the funerals of 9 physicians, 9 of them, brilliant men and women, every last one. And you know what they all had in common? Every single one told me my way of eating was completely wrong. Back in 1983, Dr. Michaels looked at my blood work and nearly had a fit. Said my cholesterol was through the roof. Told me to cut out eggs completely. Gave me some rigid eating plan with foods he marked safe and foods he marked dangerous. Treated me like I was some child who couldn't comprehend basic nutrition. Where's Dr. Michaels now? 6 feet under. Passed at 69 from a massive heart attack. I'm still here at 101. Still eating my eggs every morning. Let me tell you exactly what sustains me. Morning, noon, and night. Let me start with the first food. 3 whole eggs, fried in genuine butter, not the whites separated out in some glass container. I'm talking about the complete egg, yolk included, nothing removed. The yolk is where the nourishment lives. For 40 years, they've been telling me eggs would be my downfall. Heart disease, they said. Clogged arteries, they warned. You're gambling with your health, one doctor told me. Well, I've been gambling since 1963, and I'm still standing while they're sleeping in the ground. You know what an egg actually is? It's a package. God wrapped up everything a baby chicken needs to become a full-grown bird. Complete, perfect, a miracle in a shell. But some fellow in a laboratory coat decided he knew better than the Creator. Now people are buying cartons of just the whites, throwing away the yolk like it's garbage. That's like buying a beautiful car and tossing out the engine. I cook mine in real butter, not that margarine stuff, not that chemical spray from a can. Real butter from a living cow, the way nature intended. Salt is all I add. Simple. That's it. Now let me tell you about the second food. 1 pound of ground beef, 80-20, 80% lean, 20% fat. Every single day. The warnings about red meat were relentless. Colon cancer, heart disease, every disease under the sun. They painted it like I was slowly poisoning myself with every bite. I said, Doctor, my grandmother ate beef daily her whole life. My mama did the same. And here I am, doing the same. And none of us got sick. Maybe instead of watching us, you should study what we're doing right. What's inside that meat? Everything your body's desperately asking for. Iron for your blood. B12 for your energy. Zinc, carnitine, creatine. All the compounds they bottle up and try to sell you for $50 a pop at those supplement stores. Your entire body, your muscles, your blood, your brain. It's all constructed from these exact materials. You're literally made of beef. I prepare it simply. Cast iron skillet, ground beef, salt. No complicated recipes. No fancy sauces with 20 ingredients from around the world. Just meat and seasoning. A cow eats grass, simple grass, and transforms it into muscle, into protein, into pure strength. It takes the energy from the sun and the nutrients from the earth and turns it into something that builds human beings. Meanwhile, people are eating breakfast cereal from a box with a cartoon character on the front, wondering why they're exhausted by midday. Food number 3 is 6 small red potatoes boiled with the skin on. Just that, nothing else. They told me carbohydrates were my enemy, said I'd develop diabetes. In the 90s, a doctor insisted on a low-carb approach. 3 weeks in, I felt like a truck had hit me. Tired, irritable, brain fog like I'd never experienced. I told him, no thank you, and went straight back to my potatoes. Best decision I made. A potato is fuel. Pure, simple fuel pulled straight from the earth. This is what kept Ireland alive during the famine. This is what sustained soldiers fighting in World War II. This is what kept my family alive during the Great Depression, when money was scarcer than hen's teeth. Now, people are obsessing over macros, using apps to track every single calorie, weighing portions like they're running an illegal operation. I boil 6 potatoes and eat them. My grandmother did the exact same thing. She lived to 96. And food number 4 is raw milk straight from the cow. A full glass with every meal, unpasteurized, unhomogenized, not messed with in any way. And oh, does this one upset people. They claim raw milk is a health hazard. They point to bacteria. Here's the thing they don't want you to know. Your entire body is bacteria. You're more microbial than human. Your digestive system is supposed to have bacteria. That's how it functions. I've been consuming raw milk since I was 5 years old. That's 96 years of supposedly dangerous dairy. I'm still waiting for whatever terrible thing they predicted to arrive. What's actually in raw milk? Enzymes, probiotics, fat-soluble vitamins, all the living components that get destroyed when they heat it to 300 degrees and turn it into a white liquid with no soul. Real milk is thick. Cream rises to the top. It tastes alive because it is alive. What they sell in supermarkets is lifeless, heated, separated, homogenized, reconstructed like Frankenstein. And they call it milk. I call it expensive water. Let me walk you through my daily rhythm. Breakfast is 3 eggs, 2 potatoes, 1 glass of milk. Lunch, ½ pound of beef, 2 potatoes, 1 glass of milk. Dinner, 3 eggs, ½ pound of beef, 2 potatoes, 1 glass of milk. No snacks, no desserts, no cheat days, no searching for variety. And yes, I know what you're thinking. That sounds boring as hell. You know what's actually boring? Being 101 and still able to walk without assistance, still able to remember things, still able to live independently. You know what's genuinely exciting? Being 60 years old and needing a dozen different medications just to make it through the day. Now here's the truth nobody wants to hear. Your body doesn't crave variety. It craves nutrients. We've been sold a lie. The story goes that you need 50 different foods to be healthy, that you need exotic superfoods imported from distant jungles, that you need powders and pills and formulas. It's all marketing. It's all designed to separate you from your money. Your old great-grandmother? She ate the same thing day after day. The farmer's wife. Same rotation, year after year, generation after generation. They were robust. They had children. They worked the land. They kept families alive. Now we have people consuming 70 different foods in a single week, and they can't climb a flight of stairs without becoming winded. The problem isn't insufficient variety. The problem is the absence of real food. So how did everything actually go wrong? Some scientists made a decision. They decided that fat was the villain. They had zero evidence. They just decided, so they told the whole country to eliminate fat. Eliminate eggs, eliminate beef, eliminate butter. What did they replace it with? Sugar, refined carbohydrates, vegetable oils, chemical compounds that shouldn't exist. What happened next? Obesity exploded, sickness exploded, diabetes became commonplace, heart disease became an epidemic, cancer rates climbed. Did they admit they were mistaken? Never. They doubled down. They created new diet trends: low carb, keto, paleo, vegan, carnivore. Every few years, a fresh approach emerges. Everyone's writing a book. Everyone's launching a program. Everyone's selling supplements, and people are sicker than they've ever been. I'm 101. I've watched this whole spectacle unfold from beginning to end. And I can tell you what I know to be true. The people who live the longest eat simply, not elaborately, not exotically, simply. My childhood friend George, he passed last year at 100. Every single day for 60 years, he ate oatmeal for breakfast and canned fish for lunch. That was his entire diet. Everyone called him peculiar. He outlived almost all of them anyway. My husband, Samuel, God rest him, he reached 93. Every morning for 52 years, he ate 2 eggs on toast. Nothing different. Ever. Don't you get tired of that? People would ask. He'd respond, tired? I'm alive. That's enough. The oldest people I know, the ones who crossed 95, they share one characteristic. They discovered what worked for them, and they committed to it. They didn't chase every new trend. They didn't reinvent themselves every few years. They found their rhythm and stayed with it until the very end. And guess what? They lived long, really long, with their minds sharp and their dignity intact. But here's what they won't tell you about longevity. Food is only half the equation. You could eat my exact 4 foods every day, and if your spirit is broken, you'll still deteriorate. I've witnessed it. There was a man named Curtis who lived on my block. He did everything by the book. Ate cleanly, exercised regularly, read all the wellness literature, dead at 71 from cancer. You want to know what actually killed him? Resentment. He carried a grudge against his brother for 30 years over some money situation. That anger was like a weight he carried everywhere, exhausting, toxic, corrosive. The cancer didn't kill Curtis. The resentment did. The disease was just the vehicle. So here's what actually sustains life: having a reason to wake up. I rise at 5:30 every morning. Why? Because I have purposes. My vegetable garden needs tending. A neighbor needs help fixing his roof. My great-granddaughter calls every Wednesday. I have reasons to exist beyond just existing. Having people who matter. You cannot navigate this alone. You weren't designed to. You need actual human beings, not internet followers, not notifications. Real humans. Ones who sit with you when you're frightened. Ones who tell you when you're wrong. Ones who simply show up. Releasing grudges. I'm serious about this one. Forgive people, not because they deserve forgiveness, because you deserve liberation. Years ago, I let go of the anger I held toward my mother. She was difficult when she was stressed, withdrawn. I carried hurt about that for so long. When I finally released it, nothing changed about what she'd done, but everything shifted about what I was carrying. I became lighter. I became free, laughing through the pain. Life hurts. That's guaranteed. You'll lose people. You'll experience failure. You'll know fear. But if you can still find moments to laugh, even tiny ones, you can endure it. When my Samuel passed 10 years ago, my partner for 65 years, I cried for days. The day after his funeral, I was in the kitchen, tears streaming down my face. My granddaughter walked in, unsure what to do. I looked at her and said, "He always said I'd be completely lost without him. Turns out he was right." We laughed. Then we cried. Then we laughed again. That's the rhythm of survival. Let me be real with you about something. I'm 101 years old. My time is limited. Could be a year, could be months, could be tomorrow. So I'm going to be direct with you. You're squandering your existence. Not necessarily because you're eating incorrectly, though you probably are. You're wasting it because you're postponing life. You're waiting until you're healthier before you truly live. You're waiting until you have more resources before you take that journey. You're waiting until you've transformed your body before you pursue love. You're postponing until some imaginary future moment arrives. Let me tell you about that future moment. It doesn't exist. I had a friend named Patricia, solid woman. We worked together back in the 60s. Oh, she constantly talked about retirement, about relocating to somewhere coastal, about opening a small restaurant where she'd cook her grandmother's recipes. "Just 5 more years," she'd say, "then my real life begins." Patricia never made it to retirement, died at 64, never saw the ocean, never cooked those recipes. She spent 40 years waiting to actually live. Don't be Patricia. But let me tell you something else. The real reason I eat the same 4 foods has nothing to do with just the nutrition. It's about freedom. When you simplify your diet, you simplify your entire existence. I don't expend mental energy choosing what to eat. I don't waste hours shopping for obscure ingredients. I don't throw away money on elaborate meals. I wake up. I know precisely what I'm consuming. I eat it. I continue with my day. That simplicity creates space for what genuinely matters: connection, creativity, contemplation, presence. You modern people are drowning in options: 800 breakfast cereal varieties, meal delivery subscriptions, apps that tell you what to consume based on your genetic code. And you're more confused than ever, more stressed, more unhealthy. Why? Because you're trying to perfect something that doesn't require perfecting. Nutrition is straightforward. You need protein. You need fat. You need carbohydrates. You need vitamins and minerals. Done. 3 eggs, 1 pound of beef, 6 potatoes, and raw milk covers all of it. Everything else is just noise. What I'd tell myself at 30: stop chasing. Stop pursuing more wealth, more standing, more accomplishments. I invested too much of my life into work. Overtime shifts, papers to grade at home. I missed dinners with my own children while I stayed late at my desk. Missed my son's baseball game. Missed anniversaries. For what? A slightly bigger paycheck? Recognition from my supervisor? None of that matters now, and I can't reclaim those moments. Eat simply. I discovered my 4 foods at 63. I wish I'd figured it out at 23. Think of all those years consumed by poor nutrition. Think of all that energy wasted feeling unwell, exhausted, mentally foggy. Identify your 4 foods. Commit to them. Move forward with your actual life. Love people while they're present. I postponed telling people how much they meant to me. I thought there would be more opportunities. My sister Ruth and I had some meaningless argument in our 40s. We didn't speak for 3 years. She died suddenly at 55 from an aneurysm. I never reconciled with her. I never expressed my sorrow. I never told her I loved her. Don't follow my path. Say it today, not eventually. Today, release the anger. Life is too brief to carry resentment, too fleeting to maintain anger, too temporary to keep score. Forgive people, not for them, for yourself. Because that resentment is poison, and you're the one drinking it. Let me tell you what I've learned about the complete picture. I'm 101 years old. I've lived through tremendous historical change. I've seen wars. I've witnessed technological transformation that would have seemed impossible in my youth. But certain truths remain constant. Your body requires authentic food. Your spirit requires genuine relationships. Your purpose requires authentic meaning. That's the whole framework. Everything else, the diet books, the supplements, the optimization tactics, the life hacks, it's all just distraction. Consume your 4 foods, cherish your people, forgive those who've hurt you, discover your purpose. And for heaven's sake, stop waiting. There's no ideal moment. There's no someday. There's only right now. I eat the same 4 foods because it works, because it's uncomplicated, because it provides the energy and mental clarity to focus on what actually matters. Physicians struggle to explain it because they're searching for complexity. They're looking for a hidden supplement, a perfect ratio, a secret. But there's no secret formula, just authentic food, authentic love, authentic presence. That's been the answer the entire time, and it's always been right there in front of you. Now go prepare yourself some eggs and call your mother, Eleanor May Jackson, 101 years old, still living, still thriving, still eating my damn eggs. Before I finish, let me share one more thing with you as a fellow traveler on this earth. You understand that life isn't a problem to optimize. It's an experience to inhabit. Food isn't a competition. It's fuel. Community isn't a luxury. It's a necessity. And time isn't infinite. It's the one resource you can't replenish. I won't be here forever. None of us will. But while I'm here, I'm going to keep doing what works. Keep eating what nourishes me. Keep loving who matters to me. Keep laughing even when it aches. Keep forgiving because I deserve peace. That's the life I want for you too. Not someday. Now. Now go live it.